Hey everyone, it's Kaylin here. Today I have a focused Pilates workout for you that is going to strengthen and stretch the area around the knees. So we're going to be focusing on the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes, both strengthening and stretching those areas. So I have a lot of people that come into the studio, as well as people online who have knee issues, who have had knee replacements, or maybe kind of heading in that direction, unfortunately. So we're going to focus today on kind of working on that area so you can strengthen the area around the knees, hopefully take some pressure off, and stretch the areas as well, because sometimes the area can be super tight and is kind of pulling on the knee as well. So we're going to do a little bit of both. So we're going to start in standing first. So you're going to find just a nice easy stance here. So I'm going to turn to the side. You can stay facing forward, but I want you to have your legs right underneath your hips with your feet just about hip distance apart here. So we're gonna find a tall spine first. So think crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling, and the shoulders are gonna drop down your spine. So there's this feeling of opposition as the crown of the head reaches up and the shoulders pulling down. So just have your arms nice and heavy here, down by your sides. Your core is pulling in and up. So arms are gonna stay nice and loose. You're gonna take an inhale here. Exhale, bring your chin towards your chest, and you're just gonna start to roll down. So your legs are gonna stay straight the entire time. So with your head reaching down towards the floor, you're gonna feel this nice hamstring stretch on the back of the legs. You might feel this behind the calves as well as behind the knees if you're tight there as well. So let your head be heavy. Take an inhale. Exhale, go ahead and reverse that as you stack the spine back up. Good, inhale, head lifts at the top. Exhale, chin to chest, rolling down. Good, taking an inhale here. Exhale, go ahead and reverse that, coming back up. A little spinal mobility as well. Last one, we're gonna bring the chin to the chest, roll down. Good, this time here, you're gonna go ahead and keep your hands on the mat, specifically your right hand, bend your right knee, and then bring that left arm up towards the ceiling as you twist open towards the sky. And then you're gonna straighten both legs as you come back down, switch to your other leg. Left hand down, right arm lifts. Good, and then keep that moving stretch, just alternating back and forth. You should feel this in your hamstring, as well as that glute and outer hip, especially when you're twisting and lengthening up towards the sky. Good, so we're rounding and then twisting. Good, last one each side. Good, just make this feel good. Good, now go ahead and bring both hands down to the mat. If you're not at the back edge of your mat, go ahead and bring yourself back there now. So you've got the long mat way out in front of you. All right, in that forward fold here, you're gonna walk yourself out to a plank position. We're not gonna stay here for too long. We're gonna do a little moving plank to downward dog here. So we're in plank. And then I want you to take your exhale as you lift the hips, drop your heels. Now you're in your downward dog. Feel that hamstring stretch, then your calves, and then bring it forward, inhaling back to plank. Good, exhale, lift the hips, heels down, chest to thighs. Good, and then bring it back forward, inhale. Good, exhale, lift, downward dog. Good, inhale to plank. Exhale again forward. Okay, let's do two more. 2. And last one. Good, go ahead and drop the heels down. All right, and then go ahead and come down to your knees just real quick. And then we're gonna flip over onto our backs. All right, so laying on your back here, go ahead and bring your arms down by your sides. Keep your knees bent with your feet on the mat. I just want you to take 2 deep breaths here. So take a deep breath into the ribs. And then exhale, let it all go. Good, do one more like that, deep breath in. Good, and exhale, release. All right, so now walk your legs together so that your knees and inner thighs are touching. And we're gonna keep the thighs and the knees glued together. Now we're just gonna start to lift a single leg from the quad, okay? So keep your left foot where it is, and I want you to start to lift just your right leg, extending it out, again, keeping those knees together, and then lower the leg, tap the floor, and then lift back up. Good, so we tap and lift. Good, so as you lift that leg, you're thinking of engaging through that quad, lifting the quad away from the kneecap. Good, and lift. Let's do 6 more. 6, 5, 4, last 3. Good, 2, and 1. Good. Now go ahead and lower that foot down. We're gonna switch to your left leg. So again, knees stay together, left leg straightens and lower. Good, again, lift from that quad and tap. Good, lift and tap. Let's do 6 more. 6. Good, everything else is staying nice and still. Good, last 4. 3. Good, 2 more. 2. And 1. Good, bring that left foot down. Now, we're gonna take this right leg, extend it all the way along the floor, and then go ahead and flex through that right ankle. All right, so pelvis is gonna stay still, the rest of your body is still. I want you to lift that leg to a hover off the floor. Already you should be engaging through that quad, a little bit in that hip flexor. Again, pull the quad away from the knee, and then we're gonna start to lift and lower this leg. So we're gonna lift the whole leg up, and then we lower back down. Good, so we lift and lower, that's it. Lift and lower. Good. Okay, let's do 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, go ahead and bend that knee, place it down, switching to your left leg. Left leg reaches long, flex the ankle, hover the leg first, feel that quad lifting, and then we lift and lower on this side. Good, lift. Let's do 6 and 5. 4, you should feel your abs here too, engaging. That's gonna help find that stability and keep your back from arching. Good, last 1. Good, now bend that knee, place it down. We're switching back to the other leg. This time I want you to reach the leg long, but turn it out in the hip socket. So you're turning your inner thigh more up towards the ceiling. So that leg rotates open. All right, flex through that right ankle, reach through your heel, and then we lift and lower, just like that. Good, lift. Okay, now that leg is still staying in line with your hips, so you're not reaching it out to the side, right? You're just externally rotating, and it's still staying centered. Good, let's do 6, 5. Good, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and bend that knee in. We're gonna switch right to the other leg. So reach that left leg out, externally rotate it, and then we lift and lower, flexing that ankle. Good, lift. Good, so strengthening the quads and these inner thighs, it's gonna help, like I said, take some pressure off of the knees. All right, so again, that lifting of the quad away from the kneecap, right? Really engaging. Think about that here. Last 3 and 2 and last 1. Good. Go ahead and bend that left foot or left knee, place the foot back on the mat. All right, so we're gonna keep our legs hip distance apart here for our bridging. So bridging is great for engaging the hamstrings and glutes, right? So still strengthening the area around the knees here. So, all right, so keeping both feet down, we're gonna do a flat back bridge. So go ahead and press your hands into your mat, and hinging at the hips with a flat back, you're gonna lift the hips up. Good, think of a nice straight line when you get to the top. Engage the glutes here. Good, and then lower just to tap it down and then come right back up. Good, lower and lift. Good. Keep those legs in parallel. Make sure they're not turning out to the sides. Good, lower and lift. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower those hips all the way down. All right, press the hips back up, hold it here at the top. We've got little pulses up and down, so we're coming up and down an inch. Good. Lift. Okay, let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, hold it here, single leg marching. So keep the hips high, right leg comes to tabletop. Place it down, switch to the other side. Good, so we're doing all this without shifting that pelvis. Good. And you really need to engage through that single leg glute to keep those hips lifted. Good, lots of core work here too, staying stable. Let's do 2 more sets. 2, 2. Good, last 1 and 1. Good, place both feet down, roll down through the spine to come all the way back down and release that pelvis. All right, we're gonna take a quick break here. I'm gonna grab a sip of water. I want you guys to do the same, and we'll go ahead and be right back in just a minute. All right, we're gonna come to lay on our side. So I'm gonna come onto my right side. If you're mirroring me, you'll be on your left side. And you're gonna go ahead and lay yourself down onto that forearm here. Okay, so we're gonna have the legs reaching out in front at a diagonal, with our back line of our body is gonna be lined up against the back edge of our mat. So this is gonna help really engage and work those glutes here. So super important to strengthen the glutes for everything from standing to walking to running to cycling, everyday activities, just doing stuff around the house, gardening, really anything. Super important to strengthen the glutes, right? That's gonna help, again, take some pressure off the knees. So we're gonna do our long leg lower and lift first. So bring that top leg up, reach it long, and then we're gonna lift and lower here. Keeping the knees and the toes pointing forward. That's it, good, lift and lift. Now, your pelvis is stacked. So if you're not feeling this so much in the glutes, you might be tilting your pelvis backwards. I want to make sure that you're staying lifted here and stacked in that pelvis, and that'll help isolate that muscle. All right, let's do 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Good, holding here, small circles. So keep it at hip height. We're gonna do little circles here. Again, finding that stability. Good, let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we reverse. Good. Good, let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, bending those knees, stacking the knees and the feet. Keep the feet together as we clam by lifting that top leg. Yep, so just the knee lifts and lower. Again, no shifting of that pelvis. So your range might be kind of small with that lift, but that's okay, as long as you're feeling it here in that glute. Good, lift and lower. Good, let's do 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bringing that leg down. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and bring that leg, oh, forgot one here. Bring that leg forward. So this top leg is reaching long. You're gonna reach your heel forward towards the front, okay? You're gonna keep it pulling up as much towards your upper body as you can, and then we're gonna lift and lower. Lift, that's it, lift. This one's a killer. You're really gonna feel that burn. Good, let's do 6, 5, good. Flex through that ankle, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bend that knee, place it down. All right, before we switch to the other side, go ahead and come onto your back. We're gonna do a really quick figure 4 stretch. Just gonna cross your left ankle over that right knee. Actually, whatever leg you just worked, okay, so it could be your right leg. Cross that working leg over the other knee, so it might not be your left. And then pull the legs in towards you, opening your top leg, that top knee out to the side. So you'll feel that nice stretch in that glute that we just worked. So strengthening is important, but stretching is just as important. So you don't want to leave those muscles overly tight and overly worked, right? You want that good balance here. Good, 1 more breath. Good, bring the legs in, rock yourself up to seated, and then switch to your other side. So coming all the way over, down, setting up the same way on this other side. So setup here and alignment is just as important as the exercise itself. So don't rush into it too much, right? Make sure you're finding all your goodies here, your stacked pelvis, your shoulders being stacked, core is pulling in, legs are reaching at a diagonal. Now we can lift that top leg long, and then we lift and lower. Good. I think that's what Pilates taught me so much more than what I had done in the past, many, many years ago, is just that alignment and form piece, right? It's not about getting maximum number of reps. It's about finding the proper form and alignment, doing the exercise appropriately, and it's that quality of the movement over the quantity that really makes a difference. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and bring the leg to hip height, small circles here. So as you can see with Pilates, we don't do usually more than 8 to 10 exercises or exercises per movement. So, or 8 to 10 reps per movement. So go ahead and hold here and then reverse, because again, it's about that quality. Let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, bend the knees and come to clamming, except for the hundreds, right? That one, obviously, there's 100 of those, but that's the goal, is to get that circulation moving. All right, so clamming here, feet together, go ahead and bring the knees up, or the top knee up as you open and close. Good, open and close. That's it, 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we get that burner, that glute burner here. We're gonna reach that top leg long, flex through your ankle. Good, lift and lower, right? So you're reaching it right out of the hip, straight ahead forward. And you're gonna try to pull it towards you as much as possible. Good. Good, let's do 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Good, bend the knee, place it down. All right, go ahead and flip onto your back on this side now. And we're gonna get that opposite leg figure 4 stretch. So whatever leg you just worked, cross that ankle over the other knee, flex both your ankles, pull that other leg in towards you. Just breathe into it, try to relax the upper body. We don't want to hold tension anywhere else, right? So we're trying to release and relax in our jaw and our shoulders. Good. Good, and then go ahead and release those legs all the way down. All right, you're gonna flip over onto your belly now. So go ahead and bring it on over. And we're gonna bring your elbows up to the sides as you put one hand on top of the other. This is gonna be a little pillow that we're gonna make for your head. So we're not gonna move the upper body on this one. We're gonna focus on, again, the glutes and those hamstrings here. So reaching those legs nice and long. They're about hip distance, maybe a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Now pull the belly in so you're not using your lower back here. And with that, shoulders are down, connected towards the ribs. And now you're gonna start to lift the legs. You're gonna reach them long as you lengthen out of the hip sockets, lower just to tap, and then lift right back up. Good. So we lift, lower. Good. Let's do 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now you're going to bend the knees, bring the toes to touch. The knees are still wide now. All right. And with that, so the toes, you can imagine you're poking a hole through the ceiling as you lift the legs with a bent knee. That's it. Good. Lift and lift. Good. Let's do 7, 6, 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lowering down. Go ahead and straighten those legs. Now bring the legs together so that the knees are touching and the inner thighs are touching. Go ahead and lift your upper body up so that your left forearm is on the mat. We're gonna get a quad stretch here. So you're gonna reach back, grab at your foot, okay? Now, this may be enough just here of a stretch. You may not wanna lower yourself down. Now, if you wanna cut a little farther, you can lower your forehead back down to the mat and pull that heel in towards your glute. Now, here's what's important here as you're holding this stretch. Keep your knees glued together, okay? And then press your pelvis into the mat. So your bum has probably lifted up a little bit. I want you to press the pelvis down, and just that little bit of a change there should give you a deeper stretch in that quad. Also make sure you're pulling your belly in and up. Good. Hold that. This is too much on the knee. Just let it go, okay? Or again, come back up to that lifted position on your forearm so you're not getting such a deep bend in that knee. Good. So now release that with control so that leg comes down to the mat. Go ahead and switch to your other side. So go ahead and come on up onto that forearm first. Good. Grab the quad. And then if you can, go ahead and lower back down. Again, knees together, pull the belly in, press the hips down. Good. Good, last breath. Good, slowly release that leg back down to the mat. And we're gonna flip yourself back over onto your back. So go ahead and roll on over, lay yourself back down. And we're gonna get another nice glute stretch here, also good for that piriformis muscle. So lengthen your left leg down to the mat, pull the right knee in, bring that right arm out to the side, and then twist that leg across the body, and then lift over. Good, go ahead and bring it back to center, pull it in, Switch legs. So go ahead and bring that left leg in now. Right leg reaches long. Good. Bring that left arm out to the side as we twist it across. That's it. Not only is this a nice stretch, it's just a really nice twist, a rotation, which is always good for our spine as well. Good. Go ahead and bring it back to center. All right, bring the knees in towards the chest, rock up to seated. Bring those legs nice and long now. So you're in a long-legged seated position. So sit up nice and tall first. Draw those arms up towards the sky. And then we're gonna hinge forward at the hips, trying to keep that flat back as long as possible. And then we hinge forward or round forward. Let the head come down. Flex through those ankles. Maybe you're just grabbing onto your shins or your knees, wherever you're at, just hold that. I'm sure you're feeling that stretch here. So feeling that in the hamstrings, probably your calves, and maybe even in that lower back. Good. Good, and then coming all the way up. Now we're gonna get a wide leg forward fold. So I want you to bring those legs out nice and wide. All right, finding that nice tall spine again here first. And then you're gonna start to hinge forward and then eventually round through your spine. So if you're really tight in those inner thighs, you may not be able to get too far down here, but just go wherever you can. We each have our own range, right? In our own individual bodies, and we just need to honor where we're at and just keep moving forward and just keep moving, period. Good. All right, come back up to seated. I want you to turn towards that left leg. So you're gonna rotate and then you're gonna come over that left leg, staying twisted. Right, you're bringing that right hand to the outside of the ankle or the outside of the foot and kind of pull yourself down towards that leg with that right hand. You can bend that elbow a little bit. Feeling again this still in the back of the legs, but now you'll feel this probably in that back right side of your lower back. Good, one more breath here. Good, go ahead and come back up to seated and let's twist to the other side. So going to the right, good, and then leaning over that right leg, grab on wherever you can with that left hand. Try to relax through those shoulders, make your neck nice and heavy, your head nice and heavy so you're not holding any tension up there. Good, and then go ahead and come back up. And then you can go ahead and turn to face the front here in a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you. If crisscross is not comfortable, no worries. Just you can come to standing if that works better, or you can just come to seated with your feet forward here and your knees bent, okay? All right, never force your body into a position that doesn't feel good or feel right. So again, sit up nice and tall here. Pull your belly to spine. Feel how hopefully your legs feel different, right? So they feel worked, but they hopefully also feel energized and a little bit stretched out after the work that we did do. So hope you guys enjoyed this one here today. You don't have to have knee problems or knee issues to do this workout, right? So this is great for anybody looking to just strengthen those muscles here. Great, like I said, for all kinds of activities. Always good to find these nice focused exercises to work on those specific areas. So let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you are interested in adding on to this one, I have a great upper body workout, so I'll go ahead and link that here. And if you want a little bit of core work, then go ahead and click on this one here, and that'll take you to a nice quick core workout as well. So thank you guys again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you back here on the mat soon.